Hello everybody and welcome here for the season opener here at IMS. We are around the Circuit of the Americas today and we almost have a full grid, 21 drivers, only missing an Audi due to just some time restrictions. But this will be one hell of a season opener. Lots of drivers predicted to be all close together. Qualifying is going to be one hell of a watch, especially with these new regulations and new setups. With the new straight line mode being added with the F1 26 DLC, it has been found that running a lot higher wings than normal has been proven to be better, as you lose a lot of that downforce and gain a lot of speed back when using so. Again, 21 drivers out on track today, and they have all left the pits bar 2, Ted, and I'm just going to go ER. I do not want to mispronounce that. I'm going to be two drivers not out on the pitch yet. We're going to jump aboard with the Alpine of Hako, flying through the uphill braking zone. Now coming into the S's, going to have to be very careful not to get an invalidation. You've got to push it, the track limits to its finest here if you want to squeeze out every tenth of a second. Now sector 1, the 25.4, very nice from the Alpine driver, but you're going to want to save a lot of energy as the main straight likes to gulp it all down. Now, with the season beginning here today, most drivers are trying to find their pace. They might not have their setups down to a T, which means it won't just rely on setups and pure setups and luck. Will rely on some pace and how well you understand this battery. As Hanko now with a big lifting coast coming in to the left-hander here. Got to cut that corner as much as you can, as the track limits there are very iffy. 1 minute 2 seconds already through the lap so far, looking very impressive. Now coming onto the banked right-hander, very careful around here, as any little slip up you could lose a load of time. As Indian with a 33.5 in the Ferrari, that is their bank lap. Hanko, bad exit there, second to last corner. Now coming into the final corner, saving as much ERS as they can. Full burn as they cross the line. That is a 34.1, originally putting them P2. Magnussen a 32.2 in the Aston Martin, putting them on provisional pole, but we still have a lot of drivers left to set their laps. Has is now going to cross the line. P2 with 32.8, very nicely done. Wes with a 33.0, putting them up into P3. We're going to jump aboard with Mako now, as they come running the final few corners, spinning every bit of ERS in that Red Bull. You can hear the beautiful sound of it, cutting that corner, taking track limits to a T there, could not be any better, pushing as much as he can. Now crosses the line, that's provisional fast, it's a 31.6 from the Red Bull driver. Impressive lap there. And now going to jump on board with Swift, as they will now round the final corner. Burning every bit of that V-carb energy. Going to put them up into P7 with a 33.4. Still a lot of time lapse. Stint goes up into P6 with a 33.4 as well. Polly 32.7. Wads jumps up and splits the Mercedes with a 32.8. Very nicely done. Still more than half the grid left to do a lap. And Kai with a purple sector 2. Looking very confident in this Williams. Their teammate P3. Oh, bit of wheel spin there on the exit, but making it back. Ush going up into P2 with a 32.6, just a tenth quicker than Polly. Marco with a 33.9, putting them at P10. Now as we watch Kai round the final corner, burning, saving that little bit more ERS compared to their competitors. Going to cross the line, P6 with a 32.8, only 8 thousandths of a second behind Haas. That's very nicely done. ER with a 33.6, very nicely done there. Now, Bull with a 32.9, Ferrari, very nicely done. Going to jump aboard now with Nexus as they come rounding the final few corners. You can see the V-carb already out of ERS, and there is a Red Bull in front. I believe that is Mako. Oh, but a dirty air there, and Nexus dives into the pits. That's not how you want to be seeing your lap end up. Now, Offline jumps up into P3 with a 32.5. Very nice, another a tenth ahead of Ush. Now, Mate going to come around the final corner in the Haas. Bit of a bad exit there in the second to last corner. Now activate straight line mode, jumps up into P11 at 33.2. Now, only 2 drivers out on track that can set their first lap time. Rick, who will be starting a lap time soon, but Ted will be the first out of the 2. Now, not burning that much ERS coming down the first straight. Not much lifting coasting coming into turn 1. Big cut there, and that is going to mean invalidation for the Haas driver. Now, Rick taking a very cautious entrance into the final corner, burning all of their ERS now. As we now watch the Aston Martin come down into turn 1, a lot more cautious than Ted, but does not invalidate. Rick's going to have to put on a quick lap if they want to get anywhere near their teammate. Now, coming through the S section, you have to be very, very careful. Again, with the invalidations. A 25-0 purple sector 1, the game says. Still a very, very nice sector 1 from the Aston Martin, but may have been that bit much of the RS. As you can see, that counter going below 25%. And so he might run out of ERS on this back straight here. Rounds all the way up to 54%. As you can see, that boost mode being used, that ERS being drained. Polly is already out for a fresh lap now. RBN as well on an out lap. Ted will be coming into the pits soon, I'm guessing, to put on a fresh set of soft compound tyres and to go at again a 1 minute or 1 second as they come through sector 2 now. Now, with them rounding the final corner. Also, Gene, your account has been hacked. I've just got a message from you on Discord. Now, rounding the second to last corner, very nicely done from Rick, not taking any major risks, just wants to get a banker lap. Now, almost loses the rear. That's going to put him P3 ahead of offline by barely anything. Now, that is a very nice, it's the Aston Martin's a P2 and 3. They are doing the opposite of IRL, as Magnussen is causing yellow flags for drivers, which definitely will, and yellow flags do lose boost mode, which, not boost mode, overtake mode, which means you regen less, but also means your boost mode is less effective. So these drivers have to be very careful not to cause yellow flags when somebody is on a lap. Ted didn't actually box for new tyres, he went out again. Now, coming down the main straight, got a lot more ERS than Rick did, but let's see where he will come now, braking just before the 100-meter board, taking that corner as tight as possible. As we now purple sector 2 there from Ted, but that time did not look very reflective to what Rick's sector 2 was. Still one more sector to go, everything could change there. He's got a lot more ERS than his competitors coming into this final part, taking all of the curves, taking the tightest line he possibly can. Now, rounding the second to last corner, goes a bit deep there, getting a bit mixed up. All good as he does not invalidate. Now, Ted rounds the final corner. Where is he going to jump up to? P6 for Ted. The man who was unconfident about his qualifying pace is now put himself P6, just 2 positions behind his teammate, who was a bit of a late joiner. Now, only 2 drivers left to set a lap. RBN and Nexus going to jump on board with RBN, so they've got clear track in front and are hoping to jump up high on the qualifying board. Now, very aggressive coming into the second to last corner, almost catching the curb there. Now, final corner, very, very close to the invalidation. Across the line, P3 splits both Aston Martins. RBN in the Audi doing very, very nice. Now, next is the final driver to not set a lap time yet. Hanko has improved by 2/10, but has lost boost mode to a yellow flag. I believe that is an Aston Martin, but Nexus decided to back out and now caused a yellow flag for themselves. And with a lot of drivers being on laps, Magnussen up a few tenths as well. We're going to jump on board with Hanko, the slowest driver yet who has set a lap time. But that could all change with this improvement here. As, whoa. Very nice. Put some P17, a 33.5. Very nice from them. Now Jazz, as I want to go to them, jumps up with a 32.6. Ush as well improves. Ush as well is improving on their lap time. Out of VRS coming into the final corner. Gonna have to be very careful. Big slide there, almost losing it. P3 now for the Cadillac driver. Very nicely done. Magnussen does improve with a 32-1, bringing them even closer to Mako. But Mako is starting to fly away as all. RBM's just been forced off by Mercedes. That would be where. That would be where's. So they just smack. That's very, very weird there. Now, any driver improving on their lap time. Indian wanting to improve on their 33.5. Wanting to jump up as many positions as they can now. You can see the short line, but it's out of VRS, right out of VRS. Begins lifting just before the 150, breaks just before the 100, but yellow flags being caused by the Mercedes. I mean, the Indian, even though he is 5 tenths up, did lose boost mode, which means less regeneration. That could affect his ERS burn rate for the rest of this lap. Now, being very aggressive, this 5 tenths improvement could jump him all the way up to P14. Be a very nice sight to see. Taking a bit of a wider line compared to the other drivers, but doesn't allow him to carry more speed. Second to last corner now. Oh, goes a bit wide there, trying to snap the car into it. Now, Indian crosses the line, jumps into P10 with a 32.7, 8 tenths found in that lap time. Very nicely done. Now Nexus did set a lap time of a 43.8. Of course, that is not respective of their pace, as they have not set a proper lap time yet. Marco looking to improve on their 33.9, trying to close the gap between them and the rest of the grid. See one now across the line, to jump into P17, a 33.1. Very nicely done. Now, oh me, any driver on a lap time. Bulldog, very preemptive coming out on their lap time. You can see they're already out of ERS. This is a very weird ERS strategy. I don't think they are burning at all. Bulldog, I don't know if they are on a lap or not, but this ERS strategy is definitely very piquing my curiosity. Rick also setting a lap time. You can see, unlike Bulldog, Rick did have ERS. Oh yeah, Bulldog did just do a lap. No, that was Indian. Indian did a lap, jumped up into P10. Bulldog has only done one lap. Bulldog's only done one lap, I know that. Rick also improving. I believe we might see a nice improvement, but Bulldog, as I'm saying, but talking about the ERS, is really back up to around 70%. Wow, this ERS saving, this lifting coast must be massive. Yeah, you can see it now. Big lifting coast there as the Ferrari driver does dive into the pits. Going to jump on board with Rick now, as they will come across to the final corner. The yellow flag being caused by Mako. And now Rick will jump up to P2, jumping just ahead of the teammates by 7 thousandths of a second. These Aston Martins look very confident today. But Mako is the man to be looking out for. A 31.6 as their banker lap. They still have their final quick lap. Was he? I didn't think he was down in P15. I must be blind. Probably am. Mako though, looking so confident. He has a 5/10 gap to the Rick behind, and Rick had just set a quick lap. And Mako, with this track having more grip than his initial lap, we should see a fair good improvement from the Red Bull driver. This grid is very split up. Both McLarens down in P17 and 18. Definitely wouldn't want you be expecting to see with team-wise. But of course, we are not IRL Racing. We are our own division, and every driver practices at different amounts and push themselves to their own limits. Now, we're going to stay on board with Mako. As you can look at the map, you can see every driver filing out to begin their lap time, and Mako out fuel? Or no, Mako was just doing another outlap. He wanted to burn that extra bit of fuel he had. Now Ted is on a lap, but he is doing an extra outlap to again burn that bit of extra fuel, because now the new minimum fuel limit is just over 3 laps, which means you can do a second outlap, especially at the end of qualifying. Rick will be... Is Rick out of fuel? No, Rick is just saving fuel so they can go for another lap. I generally can't tell with these new regulations if someone is saving fuel or if someone is out. But then again, the fuel strategy during the race will be also key, as Ush will be your first driver to set their final lap Cadillac now coming through the S's, and I will be back with you in just a second. Alright, and I'm back. Ush is up on their sector 1. Is slower than the drivers around them, but this must show they have a lower wing setup than the drivers in the same positions. Now, big lifting coaster there for the Cadillac driver. That is the McLaren of Marco just in front, so Ush will be very careful and not let Marco's got to be very careful, sorry, and not cause a yellow flag, which could ruin Ush's lap. Now lifting not at all coming into this deep corner. Very, very curious from what Ush is doing. Is purple sector 2 though, so can't really be doubting it. 10th and a half up in sector 2. Can he convert this pace and make a big improvement? Because that improvement might be just enough to jump him ahead of RBN. Now rounding the final few corners, this is Cadillac gaining everything down to 0% ERS. Final corner now. Take this perfect if you want to gain so much time. Looks like he's done that to a T. But oh, Marco going so slow, and Ush just smacked into the rear. Ush was on such a quick lap time, but Marco did not move out of the way. And as they were preparing their lap, Marco gets smacked in. Oh my days. That is Marco not being able to improve on a lap time. But we're going to jump on board with Mako. As Rick's now retired. That's not good. It caused a yellow flag on the main straight and loop. So that's definitely going to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Now, I personally say Marco is at fault there. He's got a driver behind. You can see him gaining on you massively. Offline jumps up to P2. Wads jumps up to P5. But we still have people doing laps now. Polly jumps up to P6. Barely separating Mako with a big slide there. Almost losing the Red Bull and smacking into a wall. But he's got tons of space in front and behind. Now, every driver's looking to improve. Magnussen does not improve on their lap time. Mako is pretty much guaranteed pole here, but still wants to set the precedent of how quick he can be. Half a tenth up in sector 2. Clearly was at fault. Very nice. Now, Mako, lots of position changes here. Marco drops down to P18, ER jumps down to P13, India drops all the way down to P14, Bulldog dropping down to P10, but they still have their lap to finish. Mako now will round the final corner. And what will his final lap time be? You can see a car parking against the wall. Mako with a 31.6, improves just by 0.7 of a second. That's all the improvement he needed. Now, Bulldog did not improve on their lap time. Polly and Wads jumped up multiple positions. 2 set new lap times, very nicely done. Ted, a man who was so unconfident with his qualifying pace, up in P9, very nicely done from him. And that is qualifying, people. This is going to be one hell of a race, especially with how close some of these drivers are. I would not be surprised if we just have a few incidents coming around here. Now, your pole sitter, Mako, with a 131.6, 4 tenths quicker than the driver behind. Offline, P2 in the Haas. Then it is a second row lockout for the Aston Martins. Rick in front of Magnussen. RBM in the Audi P5. Was P6. Polly P7. Ush, after being impeded on his final lap, P8. Ted P9. Bulldog P10. Jazz. No, Has. I'm just going to say. Wait, no, it's Jazz. Oh my god, I've read it as Has the entire time. Has. Jazz P11. Me P12. ER Oh, I forgot to scroll down. Damn it. I'm going to try and get qualifying results for people who didn't. Damn it, that's my fault. I forgot to scroll down. But yeah, it's going to be one hell of a race. 21 drivers. Going to be taking the circuit, taking this circuit of America by the throat and trying to show who's better. Now, as I was saying, ER P13, Indian P14, Wares P15, Swift P16, Kai P17, Marco P18 after being smacked by Ush and not being able to set their final lap time. Stint P19, Hako P20, both Alpines not doing the best of lap times, hoping they can improve during the race. And Nexus, the final driver, by themselves in the back row, P21. Now, the strategy here, I'm guessing, will be a one-stop, with the tyre being a lot less in this new game. A one-stop may definitely be plausible, as we will ready up in 2 minutes. with the race going to be beginning so soon. Now, only 2 drivers so far onto the hards. Every driver maybe just doing that medium hard. Oh, Mako onto the hards. He's that confident with his pace. That's definitely going to be a sight to see of how good a start he gets, especially with the less grippy tyres. Drivers from all around the world today racing. And it just shows that no matter where you are from, you can have pace. Mako does switch back to the mediums. Not confident with the hard starting strategy. Still, I believe only 2 drivers will be starting on the hard compound tyres. We still have... I could not tell you the laps off my top of my head. Not that smart. Gonna have one hell of a race in front of us though. As with the boost mode, if offline can stay within that second range of Mako, we could have a massive battle for the win here. Now, as all the drivers, we reach the 26. If we reach the 6 minutes past mark, drivers will begin readying up to start this race. Now, hopefully, drivers keep it clean and I don't have half the lobby DNFing, because that is definitely not some fun stuff I want to do. Yeah, what you definitely impeded Ush. That was definitely you. I watched it on stream. Stream got you impeding Ush. It was you. It was 100% you. Definitely. Definitely you. There we go. So we go to... Is it formation lap? Wow.
Formation lap is underway here at the
it's automatic.
The atmosphere is
I'll let them talk.
And the fans have come out in their thousands for today's race.
Okay, that was a lot less than expected. Wads, Bulldog, and Swift. And Swift? I can't pronounce that word. I got this.
We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on
one
the
stop,
grid,
medium,
with the
hard.
drivers and teams making their final preparations.
I should have just muted the commentators, but I'm doing it myself. Yeah, so it is a one-stop strategy here. Only 3 drivers on the hard compound tyres. One of them being Mako's teammate of Wads, which means they will not need to worry about each other getting in the way of their pit strategies. Like I said, an Aston Martin second row lockout, showing how good these Aston Martins are in Division 1. Now, as we see the final drivers hit the grid, we will have 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the season opener here in IMS. Rick does not get a good start. Magnussen does. RBN also gets a good start. Going to jump on board with Mako here as Offline tries to look down the inside. Rick now looking round the outside of the Haas driver. Rick going to get the move up into P2. Magnussen already down into P5. Mate up into P9 now. Ted losing 2 positions at the start. Now jumping up in front of Haas. Hako down into P21. Nexus up into P17 already. And there's a yellow flag. And that is Kai. Kai is off the track already. Now, with only few drivers remaining. Not 2 drivers, only 3 drivers on the hard compound tyres. It's now Marco also losing time, dropping down to P20. Ted making the move on to Mate. Wes getting the move on Indian. Hako getting the move on his teammate Stint. This is definitely going to be one amazing thing as we see a massive battle right behind. Where is it? Mate sending it down the inside of Ted. 2 wide now. Going to have to leave each other a lot of space. Oh, Mate not leaving enough space there for Ted. Now going to allow Jazz has to take it around the outside. Unable to. Ted closes the door. Now ER trying to take it around the outside. Has going to try and look down the inside of the Haas driver. Unable to. McLaren driver of ER sending it around the outside. Now got the inside line. As that is the move done up into P11 now. Bull losing and Indian losing a lot of position on the start. The Ferrari drivers are going to have to look to work together if they want to jump back up this grid. Where's dropping all the way down to P21 now as Mako leads in coming into lap 2. Nexus, the first driver to get a 3-second time penalty. Magnussen getting a bad start there, dropping down multiple positions as Offline is ghosted. I think Offline has disconnected there. That's not going to be good for the Haas driver. As now Nexus losing multiple positions there. Wes trying to send it round the outside, unable to. Look at this 5-way battle for P17 now. All going at each other, trying to show that they are quicker than the rest. Marco looking to try and get back past after their first lap incident. Nexus getting overtaken now by Wes. Wes does have overtake mode on the V-Car driver, and that was a simple move for the Mercedes driver. Now Marco going to send it down the inside of Swift. That's going to allow the door to be open just that bit for Kai. Bad exit there for the McLaren driver, but he has a massive ERS advantage on the V-Carb. Now, that is Nexus. Nexus going very far off track. Something's going on there with the V-Carb driver. Magnussen now looking to get back past the lost positions. Offline is back and only lost one position due to whatever happened there. Wads down to P8 after their qualifying. As we're going to go to position change up. Wads down 2 positions. Mate up 3. Wads still in the points positions, which is very nice to be seeing. Bit deep there from Mate, not going to help them with getting the move done. Ted looking to get back past Mate for their P9. Indian, one of the only drivers not to lose a position or gain one at the beginning of this race. Hako and Stint actually gaining multiple positions there, as Nexus is going to be the first driver into the pit lane. Must be bad wing damage for them. Indian now going to be sent on by Hako. Hako easily gets the move done. As now both Alpines are setting their sights on the hard running Ferrari in front. Now this Delta is a pain. Especially with these close down speeds. Oh my. Ush is actually falling out of range of the drivers in front as Magnussen sends it down the inside of Offline. Offline going to lose another position. They're trying to stick their nose in, but Magnussen had that move done coming into the corner. Offline not burning, letting Magnussen use all of their ERS to stay ahead. Now Rick is going to send it down the inside of Mako. Mako trying to take the outside line. Is still there. Gonna have now the inside line coming into this double left-hander. Rick does back off, but now it's going to leave the door open for RBN. Mako very defensive there. Rick still trying to force their way past RBN. Smacks into the rear there, just not expecting how slow they would be going. Ted now getting past Wads. Too wide now, coming into the long left-hander. Wads keeps position as Mate actually jumps ahead of the Red Bull driver. Now Ted's trying to follow suit. This has been one entertaining beginning as already. Rick closing down on Mako, trying to get the move done. As now we have Wes, first driver into the pit and the first driver to retire in this race. Wes gave up with their race. As now Ted gets ahead of Wads. And now you can see ER trying to get past Wads as well. Wads did start the hard combat ice, so he's got a lot less grip than the drivers around him. But that tire advantage hopefully will swap in his favour sooner rather than later. Next is now a 10-second time punting, and that is our second retirement of this new season. 2 drivers already out and given up as their races did not go the way they wanted it to. Now Rick again closing down on Mako, not close enough to get a move done just as yet. Now, can I switch? Thank you. Give me the aerial camera. Oh, Hako going to be sent down the inside by Indian. Indian makes the corner, doesn't really leave a car, so it's almost forcing Hako completely off track there. Hako now at the inside line, sticking their nose in, forcing Indian, to leave the space. Now Hako with the outside line will now become the racing line. As they've got a big slide there that won't help them at all. Indian keeps the position. Now Hako's going to look for the rebuttal on the Ferrari driver. Wads is struggling to keep with Ted, and Ted is struggling to keep with drivers in front of Cadillacs. Actually now catching back up to the group in front. That's very surprising, especially with how much time you can lose by not having overtake mode. This is Offline actually lost another position to Pauline. She's dropping out of overtake range of the drivers in front, overtakes race pace. Not overtake, offline race pace. Must not be as good as their qualifying. They're going to have to keep trying. As Mate is looking to send it on Ush. Darth must realise that his teammate is quicker. As now Hako spun round and off track. I think that might have been an incident there with Indian. They have been battling teeth. Been battling so hard with each other. And now Hako is lost the pack and is so far behind the rest of the drivers. As now ER and Has going side by side now. Not Has does lose the position to the McLaren driver, but is taking a tighter line and does get the exit, but loses out a bit there. Trying to take it round the outside now. ER will stay ahead. Has still trying to threaten to get past, but is unable to as of yet. Jumping back to Mako they are actually trying to pull away from Rick. As there's another yellow flag, and that's Indian. Indian spun round, just coming into the pit entrance. That is not going to be very good, and Sammy will not be happy with that. Hello, Gene. Gene, I still can't believe you didn't realise it was me. I don't think you've ever heard my voice before, for the kind of, to be fair. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, Ted is losing. Oh, India is falling. Yeah, Mate and Ush did switch positions, and now Mate is going to be starting to apply the pressure to Offline, who is slow, who has actually caught back up to the group in front. Now Hako does get the move done on Indian. I think Indian might have some wing damage. As if I could get a better view. Can I squint my eyes? No, I actually switched to Mako. Squint my eyes. I can't see. Nothing really changing at the front. Ever since that bad start of Magnussen and losing that position to RBN, Offline even getting a worse start. Nothing else happened. Kai disconnecting from the race. Driver down in P17. Not going to help his race even anymore. Why is Dilemma? Would you believe it's a but? They haven't. Yeah, it is just some weird bug which the game hasn't, which EA still haven't decided to fix. So yeah, you can still see if they're using boost mode, which is close enough. Bulldog now taking it too wide with ER. ER does have the tire advantage on the far right. A bit of wheel-to-wheel contact there as ER takes it round the outside, going almost completely off track as they are still too wide now. Coming to the final corner, ER does back out, knowing they have the tire advantage, and hopefully they'll get the better exit. But as I say that, ER, big snap there. It's going to leave Has with the opportunity to maybe have a sniff down the inside. Not trying anything as of yet. As you can see, Mate is closing down on Offline quickly, as Polly's also dropped out, as there's a yellow flag. Stint is around. Stint is around. That's both Alpine drivers now having big mistakes. I know Penguin will not be happy as Indian pits for a new front wing. He had wing damage. Polly has fallen out of overtake range of the pack in front. So is Offline fallen out of range of Polly. Mate has a good ERS advantage and boost mode. Should be a simple move for the Cadillac driver. Ush will try and have to follow through if they want to get the move done. Now Mate, Offline defends the inside. Mate going to take it round the outside. Brakes later. Offline does have the inside line. Squeezes Mate, but Mate has that traction and that boost mode. Gets the move done. And now Offline is to the hand of Ush. Ush isn't close enough to get a move done yet, but that could be very apparent soon. Bulldog starting to try and pressure was invite. I don't know if I've Kai added. Let me just switch to Mako. And then Ush. Yeah, I don't have him added. Alright, I'll just my EA is different to my username. Marco, first driver now into the pit lane. That may just not be for a wing change. I lie, it is for a wing change. That's our second wing change of the race so far. I'll tell you. Wow, that's my EA. I will just message it because I'm Just gonna keep an eye on this stuff. There you go. Now, RBN's looking very, very close to Rick there. As Rick, Mako, so much ERS saved. Wow. That is going to be so beneficial to the Red Bull driver. They've got that amount of ERS saved. Now offline. Looking to try and pressure Mate. As Mate has struggled to keep with Polly. Still not close enough. There's another yellow flag. That's Hako. Round again. Wads gets overtaken by Bull. And now he's at the width of Has. That's not even how he spelled Jazz. I'm an idiot. I don't even think that's. I don't think so, at least. Well, he's gonna have to try and stick within overtake range, sorry, of Bulldog, as Ted might have to just burn that bit more, just so the Ferrari driver doesn't get within range. Protection zone has been crossed. Ted's gonna dive into the pits. His tires are done. I think it'll be the first non-front wing related pit stop. I say that. I don't want to jinx it. That's going to be a long wait, so I'll just switch to somebody else. Is it a front wing? No, it is not! Way! Finally! Now, Rick is staying with Mako. Mako's showing he's got massive pace on this new game. He was definitely not very confident with the amount of pace he has. Oh, big slide there from Mako! Mako loses the rear, taps into the wall there. Oh no! As I'm talking so nice about him, Rick as well. I think there's a bit of contact between those two. Rick now down into P9. Holy comms. Yeah, exactly. Mate, doesn't think Ush. Oh my days. Mako, mate, no. I said, oh no, Mako, come on. Oh my days. But that was a bit of contact there between Rick and Mako. Both of them going sliding off track. That's another yellow flag for Hako. These V-Carb drivers. Not V-Carb. Still thinking Penguins. TP of V-Carb. The Alpine driver. Jeez, I can't even get my words out. Rio, keep your mouth shut next time. I don't know who Rio, I am not Rio. There's another yellow flag. Why are there so many yellow flags? Rick, Polly in the pits. Offline in the pits. RBN in the pits. Mako actually jumps up to P2 now, trying to keep up to Magnussen. Okay, you've heard my voice before. You know what I sound like. I am not Rio. God damn it. Rio's doing Division 0. Rio's doing Div 0. This is not Div 0. Alright. Now, Ted Jacan just behind offline, showing how good the undercut. I don't know, sorry, bruh. Mako, I've literally been. I remember being VC with you multiple times. Oh my! Oh, she's into the wall. Big slide there. It's another incident. That's gonna be wing loss for the Cadillac. Oh my days! Why is it whenever I talk to somebody dies? Stop it! We are gonna get the move done now on Ush. Yeah, Ush was doing so well. Good qualifying. Mako. I didn't even see the incident. I was on board with Mako. Was it? They're bottling in your favorite spot. I need to know this. I need to know this Weber law. Let me know the Weber law. Swift also now getting past Ush. This wing damage is affecting them massively. Shush. Alfie Comps goes, hey. It's the first ever time it's happened. Every other time it normally goes well. Marco getting past getting past Hancock now. But Hako. Think of a movie, Jesus. Hako is on all mediums. Mate will be pitting. That's not going to be good for Ush. Ush does have wing damage, and now Mike is now double stacking with their teammate. Well, but this maiden winner season 2 was being there. Then I went to take on the track. Oh, rip. Okay, Ush doesn't get held up by their teammates. Luckily, how far away that Cadillac pit box is. Now, Mako still, even after that incident, still P2. Rick has pits with all the way down P12. 12, but they were pretty much guaranteed 1-2 in the highest div back then. Will the real IMS double bottle please stand up? Oh my days. What? This, you know what? This new reg actually means there's always an overtake, which means I can't keep track of it. Right, we're going to jump aboard with Swift, who is right next to ER, but isn't close enough to get a move done. Right, Rick. Rick has just hit onto fresh tyres. Mate has just been on fresh tyres as well. God damn it. Even after that incident, Rick is still... And... Mate, even after that incident, Rick having the box, Mate is still close by. Ush gets a 3-second time penalty. 4-track limits. Ted gets the move done past his teammate. Pauline as well getting past his teammate of Kai. Kai still has anatomy, by the way. Kai is AI, and he still has anatomy. Unless I've missed something, I still haven't had an ad from Kai. There's now Mako and Magnussen in the pits. 11 laps on their mediums. They give up. Bull and Wads will now take P1 and 2 as they start on the hard compound tyres. Jazz has as well in the pits. ER stays out. Bulldogger clutching out. Bulldogger is up into P1 now. ER, I think, will be the last. Hako also into the pits. Kai's AI not into the pits. Mako actually comes up P7, even after all that. Swift, I can't pronounce words. Oh my days. Gee, that's not nice. That's not a good day. See how often you get accepted. Chance of a 50%. Oh my god, ER! As well, another spin into the same corner. What is going on here, people? I know tyre wear's bad, but be careful. Oh my days. It's his third spin. Luckily, no damage. But still, it was. I can't get Kai back in if he hasn't had me. Just say, I did give you my EA. Wow, you're so mean. Nah, leave Mac and me. Oh, that is another time penalty for Sit as now offline gets past Ted. Ush also getting past Hanko now as Hanko had a big slide there. I think that's the same position spot again. RB on those fresh hard up into P4 now. Marco with a 3-second time penalty. Now RB did get the massive undercut on Magnussen and Mako, but will have worse tyres at the end of the race. How about you help me more? I'm angry. Oh my days. ER now into the pit lane. Ako, I think, willing to pit soon. Big wheel spin there from Bulldog as I switched off of them. Now Mako is going to have to do everything in his wits to get past Magnussen. As that probably will be the eventual race lead when RB's tyres die off before theirs. Now, Polly, oh my days. Oh no, that voice crack was so bad. Oh, I hate my life. Now, Ush gonna look down the inside coming into turn 1 on Sint. Can't pronounce words. Doesn't get the move done though. Coming into the S section now, he does have boost mode. I does have overtake mode, sorry, on the Alpine, so it should just be a simple move to get done. As Kaiser does come up finally, and now every driver has done their mandatory pit stop, apart from the top 3. Now Wads is trying to drop off a bit from Bull. As you can see. Wow. Oh yeah, learning more facts. Polly is now battling with Haz. As Ush is so close to the rear of Sint. Ush. Why am I so tired? Ush will send it down the inside. Very nice. And gets the car stopped. Leaves the car's width. But Sint gets a much better exit. Ush going for the switchback now. Has the inside line. But now going to turn into the outside line. Sint getting a very deep line. Ush tries focusing the exit. Sint, big slide there. Ush going to take the outside line. I don't think that move will wait for another day. Mako still trying to close down on Magnussen. Also on 32 degrees. What is it where I live? It's 21 degrees where I live. It's not even that. It's nowhere near that hot where I live. Ush gonna have to try and look to get past Sint as soon as possible. This close down speed is massive. Oh, she doesn't go for the move though. Almost smacks into the rear of the Alpine though. Full scan, yeah, full scan's a good idea. Has now the 3-second time penalty as they start closing down on Polly. I can't see the game. Sunlight go away. Mate closing down on Ted. Ted did have that nice partly battle with his teammate offline, but now has fallen out of overtake range, and Mate is going to look for the outside line braking very, very late there. Doesn't lift like Ted did. Ted does leave enough space for him to stay on track. Now going to be the inside line. Oh, contact there. Ted does not leave a car's width there for Mate. Now still too wide. Ted with the inside line. Big slide there from offline. Mate with the boost mode does get the move done. Very nice from them. And this. Ted also getting the move done. Ush getting the move done on Sint. But again, Sint takes the inside line. And stays ahead. But again, Ush now has the inside line. We may have a different outcome this lap. And Ush gets the move done. Sint, I lie. Sint's still trying to take it round the outside. He doesn't want to lose his P15. But Ush gets the move done. I feel like Haas is the terrorist team. I mean, from what I know of Ted, I won't be surprised. You know, this is the first time I've actually had a chat that interacts with me. Half the time I'm just commentating and I'm talking to myself. I can actually like pass by the time before there's no battles with people responding to me. Thank God. RBN. Oh, RBN spins. Oh my, that's the fifth spin we have seen. That's going to leave Magnussen to catch right back up now to RBN. That time game that he had from the undercut is all gone. Mako sends it down the inside of Magnussen. He tries going very aggressive there. Watch loser. Actually, Gene, aren't you Audi TP? Gene, you can't say that. Mako now going to try and look down the inside of Magnussen. Rebel driver has the inside line. Now becomes the outside line. I almost just fell over. Magnussen, bit of contact there. But Mako has the exit and will get the move done. Now with the Audi. IMD the Audi TP. Don't bully your drivers then. RB's going to have to push hard if he wants to stay ahead of Mako. If Mako's got some blistering pace this race. Offline is actually very easily keeping up with the guys behind. Rick did pit, do the big undercut, but it hasn't benefited him as much as it's benefited RBN. You're very good at jinxing. Yeah, just know what? Who's someone I can see? Who's someone I don't like in here? Anybody in this lobby I don't like? Oh, be a shame if Wads spun out. Oh, Wads looks so good this race. He looks like nothing's happening right now. Yeah, Wads is looking so confident in this P2. I'd be so sad if something happened to him. Yeah, but RBN and the train behind is catching up heavily to Swift. Can you jinx Arsenal? I'll jinx Arsenal. Arsenal, I'll just take him out. I'll just do that bad in Division 2 where I get put down in Division 4 race and just take him out. Simple. No. Okay, well, I can't remember which team you drive for. Do you drive for Audi or Aston Martin? But Mako now has the inside line coming into this deep left-hander. Oh, he's Aston Martin. I can tell by that reaction. Are you ready for the ultimate? Oh, not enough space there left by RBN. Mako almost sends him spinning. That's going to be his second incident of the race. Now Mako has the outside line. RB is going to brake late. Mako tries to go for switchback. Big slide there from RBN. Still more time penalties flying in for the same drivers. Anyway. Oh, Mako with a 3-second time penalty. Oh my days, the timing is brilliant. Mako, 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him at all. Why is it? Oh my. Now Wads pits onto medium compound tyres for the end of this race. RBN does have boost mode just like Mako. Back him. Mako got a 3-second time penalty. Still need to ask for. Magnussen will at least jump one position. Now, Swift. I can never pronounce that name. God damn it, Swift. I've got a lisp. Doesn't help. Sint into the pit lane as well. Both Alpine drivers looking. Sint retires. Sint gives up with their race. Kai still has not added me back. Kai still's not added me. I still can't get Kai in. This is great for Bulldogs. Yeah. Bulldogs either going to do very well after they come up from the pits or very bad. Oh, but yeah, Alfie got a lisp. Yeah, I got a lisp. Leave me alone. RBN gets an easy move done on Swift. As Hako gets a 10-second time for the speed in the pit lane. Both Alpines retired. As now Mako gets past Swift. Magnussen also trying to take it round the outside. That is the move done and dusted already. You can see the massive train drivers trying to get past his V-carb. Now, Mako with the outside line. On RBN, still trying to take it. As now offline sends it down the inside of Swift. Losing all positions here. Mate trying to follow through as well. Mako gets the much better exit. And that's going to be the move done. Mako up into provisional P1. But has that 3-second time penalty. Whoa. Mako does have that 3-second time penalty. That will not benefit him at all. Swift into the pit lane. On 16 lap or hard compound tyres now. Bulldog will still lead. But now has a massive train of quick drivers on fresher tyres. Pressuring him. Mako got Macbeth. Mako has 3-second time penalty. Mako no goes. Magnussen down 2 positions. Mako, you've jinxed the driver. Rio. Mako, you've jinxed your own driver here. Magnussen. I am in and out, yeah. Mako. Mako, you jinxed your own driver. I didn't even say that Magnussen was doing well. Alfie, shut the fuck up. Anyone have an L0? Yeah, Macbeth. Macbeth can reserve Division 0. Macbeth can reserve. Offline drops out of overtake range of RBN and Mako. That's not going to be good for the drivers behind. Pierre Paris is ready for later. Pierre Paris, the Pro Club CDM, the GOAT, is ready for commentary. Anyway, Bulldogs is... Jean-Claude's getting Mako. Yeah. Haas will be the highest scorer. Yeah. I mean, maybe. If Magnussen can catch back up, it might be Aston Martin. Nah, you should have. Man, you live down south, that's all I need to say. Bulldogs finally dives into the pit lane. Mako will take the lead of the Texas Grand Prix. But he, again, has that 3-second time penalty. Has to lead with... For fuck's sake, the Club CDM. Nah, the Club CDM is go. Pierre Paris. We can't have Cat leading. Well, someone's got to kill offline then. The Club CDM is too good. Offline is struggling. And it's out of VRS. Or trying to catch up to Mako and RBN. This will very much help. It's Indian now with a 3-second time penalty. I keep having voice cracks. I hate my life. Fuck. Anyway, oh, I don't know if I can swear. Sorry, apologies if I swear. Apologies for not hard. Sorry. Anyway. Now offline is trying to work with Mate here to say let's catch up to the front too. I don't know if Mate will follow suit. Okay. That's right. Sorry, it's definitely not my fault. Sorry, apologies. Apologize. Offline is now getting pressured by Magnussen, who had that spin. Ted is actually keeping up with this group. Rick still trying to stay with. Shut up, Macbeth. I can't. My usual defense techniques are unavailable in this moment. Offline again doesn't get overtake mode. Offline is just losing so much pace here. Magnussen tries for a look down the inside. Doesn't follow suit with it. Now. I swear to God, I'm gonna get like a DM from Macbeth. I'm gonna get a DM from Macbeth. That's what's gonna be, I promise you. Anyway, Mako actually drops RBN out of overtake range. Mako showing excellent pace here with these fresher tyres. Now Ted is comfortably staying with the drivers around Magnussen locking. Magnussen is locked. At this rate, if Magnussen gets the move done, I think Aston Martin will take the lead of BOTT. That's what it's a team. Yeah, it is. Very nicely done from Magnussen, getting the move before the corner even happens. Offline's just losing so much pace. Even Ted might get back past. Even Ted might get past. Rick is struggling to catch up to the pack in front. RBN already lost 5 tenths after Mako pulled out rotate range. I take that back 7 tenths now. Mako is just using that extra grip to stay ahead. His mate is pressuring RBN now. We might have could have a podium full of 3 different teams. You can already see the gap 2 seconds. Mako, even with that 3 second, won't affect him that badly. Now these half drivers gonna work together. Maybe Mako. Yeah, I think Mako and Rick had an incident at the beginning of the race. Now Bulldog gonna send it round the outside on Rick. Rick goes deep. Bulldog goes to the switchback. Has the grip. Gets the move done. Wads now trying to follow suit as well. Trying to... Oh my, brilliant move there from Bulldogs. I think Haas might lead the BOTT. Just inshallah, yeah. That is the Rio Harris way. The P.O. Paris way. The P.O. Paris way is the best way. Now Wads looking to get past Rick as well. Haven't really been checking much on the back. Ush, after his spin and incident, has not been able to find the previous pace he once had. Kai still has not added me, and it's been pretty much the entire race. I don't know what you want me to say there. Mate has the outside line now on RBN, has the grip. Even though it's 1 lap, that could mean everything. Mate now looking round the outside. Well, McLaren down for RBN 3-second time penalty. RBN gets a 3-second time penalty. Mako is in the clear. Oh my. It's a 3. Both drivers, but P2 and P3 are P1 and P2 are on 3 seconds. Magnussen's looking in a position here to get the podium. RBN, you're such a bum. Magnussen again has the freshest tyres with Mako, so it could be very beneficial. Let's go, GOAT. So Mako's been having such a good race. Even after the incident, he's so quick. I'm sure he won't spin. I'm sure he won't spin. Anyway. Wads is now looking at the diffuser of Rick. You can see how much more grip these medium runners have compared to the Aston Martin. Oh, you can see a trade. I'm so tired. You can see both McLarens actually starting to maybe get closer to battle each other. Marco off 310s as you said that, yeah. Mako, I'm sure Mako won't spin and won't crash into a wall and get wing damage. He definitely won't do that. He's been a clean race. He's had no incidents. Anyway, now I wait for the magic to happen. As we jump back to Bulldogger, yeah, is actually gaining a good bit on the gap, on the group of Ted. On the battle for P3 fresh mediums, yeah, he's on the fresh mediums on the grid, so definitely is a threat. RBM is now gonna have to try and push every last bit of grip out of those hards to mitigate the damage of his 3-second time penalty, unless he can get it removed. Now, Wads still looking to get past Magnussen for P8. Now, someone needs to educate me. Is the point system normal like F1 or is it custom? Offline now with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to be good for Haas. And there's a yellow flag, and that's Indian spun round. Wow. We start to see the 3 seconds. Magnussen, Matt's round. RBN's in the wall. Oh my days. Is that VSC? Machem. Mag is up into P2 now. That's a virtual safety car. Now RBN and Mate make big contact. RBN not my driver. How is Unks there? Another instant. We had Mako and Rick having an incident there. Now it's RBN and Mate having an incident. Rick up into P6 now, past Mate and RBN. This is very nice for Aston Martin. Back end. Jinxed it all. Now, Mako has a 6-second gap to Magnussen. Offline, Cadillac must have rammed him. I genuinely could not see. I flick to it and I see they're in the wall. That's my luck. My timing and my luck is just that. As we go green flag racing now. Offline gets a much better start than restart than Magnussen, but unable to get anything with it. RBN already lost 3 positions on the restart. Down into P11. As Mate doesn't box for a fresh from wing if he had any damage. Offline now going to look down the inside of Magnussen. RBN in the pits now. Magnussen unable to stay ahead. As I think I just did something with my headset. My headset good? Can you still hear me? Something just happened to my headset. I just did a massive click. My headset good? Can you hear me? Please. Please don't tell me my headset went. Hello. Hello. Okay, I can't tell if you're playing with me now. This is like, I genuinely can't tell if you're playing. You know what? I can't tell. That's my problem. I just hit a click and I'm like, worried my headset's just decided to just break itself. That's not good. Like, Rick does have that 3-second time penalty. Where is it? It's a 10-second time penalty. I missed that. Rick has a 10-second time penalty. Wow. Wow. Marco now with a 3-second time penalty. Another one on the board. Wads finally gets past Mate. A big wheel spin there, Wads. No, Mate's actually sending it on Wads. Thank God you can hear me, mate. I genuinely had a heart attack, man. Alright. Wads still looking. You can see the tire difference. His mediums are definitely running out of pace. Polly on some of the oldest hards on the grid, behind people like Marco and Indian, who are. Rio, you're older than me. Rio, you're older than me. Anyway, Magnussen makes it back up into P2. That's going to be the move done and dusted once again. Ted, P4. Provisionally. Oh, I'm being called Unk by people who are like older than me. Now, why are you giving up my age info? I will in a minute. I swear to God. Anyway, Rick. No, yeah, Mate, sending it around the outside of Rick. There's a big yellow flag there. That is Indian again. Not even 80 yet. Neither am I. Get him off. Can we see the? Oh my! Whoa! Too many overtakes. Too many overtakes. Mate up into P6. Polly also trying to get past Wads. Alfie 17. I'm not even in college. What do you mean? Macbeth, I have your location. I will leak your live location. I swear to God. Anyway, has. Just fucking call. Maybe. Offline. Yes, I am. I am a little child, indeed. RBN with the fastest lap of the race, but in P15, I don't know if that point will count. Bro ads, yeah. Subscribe, Rio. Subscribe. It's a massive 4-way battle, 5-way battle here for P6. Boy, you can do. As there's a yellow flag, Indians retired. Yellow, oh, big slide left from mate. A little bit of contact from Rick there as Rick had a big slide there. Indian now left the session. 50 and F in this race so far. Now, RBing gets another 3-second time penalty for track limits. That's not gonna, well, that won't really change much. As mate has just been shoved off track by Rick there. Rick keeps position. Mate being shoved off there. Wow, wow. Oh, wow, Wad sends it down the inside of mate as well now. It's one big battle coming along as Rick is starting to pull away just that bit. Wads now has the outside line marker with another 3-second time penalty. Wads does decide to back out before coming into the final few corners. Mako is just pulled away even after his 3-second and his spin. Ted still is in the rank to get podium, but he's got a raging Ferrari of Bulldog behind. The alternative strategy was working out right now. P5 provisionally and on 10 lap older, fresher tyres. Bulldog could be in the fight here. Yeah, Rick went deep and then forced mate off track, leaving them no space. Pardon me. There you go. Wads is the only driver in this battle on mediums, which means his tyres will die off a lot quicker. Monkey falls in bed and hits it. Oh, it's immediately. Now, mate trying to take it around the outside of Rick again. Goes deep at his own accord. Going to leave Wads with the opportunity to get past. He does. Now, Polly trying as well. Mate looking, trying to take it around the outside of Wads. Wads parks it on the corner. Mate unable to keep the move. Bulldog is within overtake range of Ted as we come to the final lap. And Ted is out of the 3-second range, so offline may get this podium. So switch penalties, yeah. Mark is on a 13 seconds for the penalty, so Ush will jump up a position just due to that. Bulldog doesn't get it. Bulldog running low on fuel, and he does not get boost mode, overtake mode. So close. That must have been milliseconds between that. It's now mate looking to get past Wads. Big wheel spin there, as Wads staying ahead now. Yeah, that is, yeah, Rick flying, yeah. Yeah, that is a bit, yeah, I didn't read me Shrizzler. Like, yeah, that's definitely a bit, what are you doing? Look how close mate is touching the rear of the Red Bull. They both have overtake mode, but mate has so much more ERS. Now looking, mate to move to the inside. Look at Bulldog now. Bulldog gonna look to send it around the outside. Yellow flags. That's Marco around now. Ush up into P12. Closing the gap, Ted does. But Bulldog looks down the inside again. Bulldog again out of second. Out of room. Wads. Oh, barely got enough space there as mate tries to send it around the outside now. Rick looking so confident as well as, oh! Polly's round. Polly onto the grass, dropping down all the way down to P11. As Mako wins the race. God damn it, I always miss this. Focus on the battle. Magnussen will come finish P2. Offline P3. Ted will finish P4. Bulldog finish P5. I'm so annoyed I missed that finish. I'm so sorry, guys. Rick will finish P6 on track, but drivers will jump in front. Mate P7 and Wads P8. Swift P8 has P9. Polly P10. Rick jumps all the way down to P11. ER P12, but Ush will jump ahead and finish P12. ER P13. Marco P14 and RBN will finish, run out of fuel and finish P14 due to the penalties for Marco. Now this is one hell of a race. Luckily, no safety cars were given out. And now we have clearance driver goes to Bulldog After that, driver of the day does get given to Swift. Of course, Marco, your race winner. Most overtakes to Marco. RBN gets the fastest lap. Marco, your race winner, even with that 3-second time penalty, is a sight to be seeing. Now, Ted was so close to getting the podium there. Unluckily, not to do so. As of yet, Indian actually does count as a finish, even though he retired earlier on. 5 DNF, 4 DNFs, and 1 that counts as a finish. One hell of a race this has been. Start to finish, Mako dominated. But this has been one spectacle that we've all had to keep our eyes on. I was your commentator. Thank you all for having